What makes a man a man? Is it how strong he looks, how loud he talks, or how many women he has actually dated, or how much money he makes? It could either be in a month, in a year, or even under one day. Or does the man have to love football? Because of growing up, especially as a Nigerian boy, sometimes it feels like there is a manual for masculinity. You have to like football, you have to be tough, you shouldn't cry, you shouldn't be too emotional, and you shouldn't be too soft. And if you don't fit into that image, people start asking questions like, are you sure you're actually a boy? Or why don't you play football? They could even ask questions that like, why are you so different from everybody else? But today I want to ask a different question. Who decided that it is that that is what being a man actually looks like? Welcome back to Behind the Shadows. I'm your host, Odisa, as usual. And today we are talking about something that many of us have like had different ideology on, which is masculinity. Not masculinity that we have been taught to perform, but the masculinity that we have been taught to understand. For sometimes society doesn't teach boys how to be confident. So other people so they have to behave themselves so that other people will actually accept them. Growing up, football was one of the things that people expected everybody to enjoy. And honestly, football just wasn't my thing. I didn't grow up wanting to spend every afternoon playing football, and sometimes when people found out, they acted like something was actually wrong with me. Like not playing football made me so different. But why should a hobby determine someone's identity? If a boy loves football, it's okay to society. If a boy loves Arsenal or Chelsea, it's okay to them. But if a boy wants to go into fashion or loves art or just loves sitting alone, it's a whole different story. We have heard it that you have to be a man, you have to stop crying, you don't have to be weak, you have to handle it ourselves. But sometimes we forget that men are humans too. We men, we get scared, we get hurt, we get lonely, we even end up crying, and at times we also need help too. And none of those things makes a man less of a man. We shouldn't raise voice to believe that emotions are weakness, because of when you teach boy when you teach a boy how to hide every emotions, you don't just create a stronger man, but you create someone who doesn't know how to express what is actually feeling inside of him. They told me that I should not cry, so I learned to hide. They told me that I should be strong, so I buried what I felt inside. They said I should play football, but that wasn't me. They said that I should actually act like a man. And I asked, what does that even mean? Maybe being a man isn't about fitting into the mold that society has created for us. Maybe it's about having the courage to be yourself and to be who you are. Being masculine doesn't always have to be aggressive. It doesn't have to mean being emotionless. It doesn't have to determine. It doesn't have to mean that you have to be dominant towards everyone around you. To me, real strength is knowing who you actually are without needing to prove it to everybody every second. It's being confident without putting somebody else's down. It's protecting people without actually controlling them. It's being able to say I was wrong, I'm hurt, I need help, and yes, even I don't like football. Because of that is okay too. And so if you're a boy and you have ever felt strange because of you didn't just fit into the stereotype that society has created for us, I want you to hear this. You don't have to change yourself to prove you're a man. You don't need football, you don't need muscles, you don't need to be loud, you don't need to hide your emotions, and you don't also need to act tough. You don't need to become someone else just to be accepted. You're allowed to be yourself. Different doesn't mean broken. Quiet doesn't mean weak. Sensitive doesn't mean feminine. And having different interests doesn't mean you're less of a man. Maybe masculinity was never supposed to be one shape. Maybe a man can be loud or quiet, strong or gentle, emotional or reserved, a footballer or someone who couldn't care less about football, like someone who don't actually give a fuck about football. Because of me, I don't. Sorry to say I don't. Because of being a man isn't about checking boxes, it's about character, it's about responsibility, it's about respect, and it's about knowing yourself and having the courage to live honestly. So the next time someone asks why don't you have like other men, maybe the answer is simple, because of I'm not like other men. And that is the point, that you don't have to fit into the mold to be whole. I'm Melissa, and this has been Behind the Shadows. If you ever felt pressure to become someone that you are not, I hope this episode reminds you that you don't have to perform masculinity. You you don't have to prove yourself, and you just have to just be yourself. Because of football doesn't make you a man. Money doesn't even make you a man. Muscle doesn't make you a man. Talent doesn't. Character does. Until next time, take care of yourself and remember that you don't have to fit into the mold that society has created for us to be whole. Thank you and bye.